Hi all, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with the unit 10 of MMPC 010. So we discussed till unit 9. So please refer the previous videos. And today's section is market structure and barriers to entry. So objectives of this unit are: understand the concept of market structure and the impact it has on the competitive behavior of the firm, classify different type of market structures, analyze the factors that influence the pricing decision of a firm, identify the barriers to entry of firms in the market. And structures are: there is an introduction, classification of market structure, and factors determining the nature of competition, barriers to entry, strategic entry barriers, a further discussion, pricing analysis of market, summary, keyword section, and self-assessment questions. So this is the structure of this unit. So let's begin with the introduction part. And one of the most important decision made by managers is setting the price of the fame product. And if the price set is too high, the fame will be unable to compete with the other supplies in the market. And on the other hand, if the price is too low, the fame may not be able to earn a normal rate of profit. Pricing is thus a crucial decision area which needs much of managerial attention. So in this unit, we will examine the factors that govern this key decision area. Traditional economic theories explain this in terms of demand and supply function. According to traditional analysis, firms aim towards maximization of profit. The interplay of demand and supply in the market determines the price, which is often referred to as equilibrium price. And there are, however, many other factors that influence the pricing decision of a firm. These are the number of fame in the industry, the nature of product, and the possibility of a new fame entering the market, and so on. And in this unit, you will be understand more about some of the crucial factors that operate in the marketplace. In the process, you should gain valuable insight into the operation of fame under the different market structure, which are more typical of the existing real world situation. And next subsection is classification of market structure. So what is classification of market structure? Today we will discuss the structure of market depicts the existence of a fame in a particular market, and to what extent the fame constituting a specified market are functionally interrelated to each other. The term market structure refers to the degree of competition prevailing in the particular market. The power of an individual firm to control the market price by changing its own output determines the degree of competition, and this power varies inversely with the degree of competition. The higher the degree of competition, the less market power the firm has, and vice versa. Market power is generally thought to be the ability of the firm to influence price. A firm behaves according to its policies and practices regarding price, output decision, etc. The firm's performance is an indicator of its outcome or results of its conduct. The whole concept explains the structured conduct performance, that is SCP hypothesis. Hence, in microeconomic theory, this hypothesis states that the performance of a firm is determined by its conduct, which in turn is determined by the structure of the market in which it is operating. The performance and the conduct of a firm vary from market to market. If the market is highly competitive, then the performance and conduct of the firm is different as compared to that of the market with little or no competition. An example: pricing behavior of a firm in the fast moving consumer goods, that is FMCG sector, where there are a large number of rivals, is very different from the pricing in the airline industry where there are fewer firms. And pricing decisions are affected by the economic environment in which the firm operates. Managers must therefore make their decision to the specific market environment in which their firm operate. And the central phenomenon in the functioning of any market is competition. Competitive behavior is molded by the market structure of the product under consideration. Since the decision making environment depends on the structure of the market, so it is necessary to have a thorough understanding of this concept. And the structure of a particular market plays an important role in defining the determinants that affect this market structure. Determinants like price, product differentiation, etc. are affected by the competitive structure of the market. The classification of market in terms of their basic characteristics helps identify a limited number of market structure that can be used to analyze decision making. The four characteristics used to classify market structure are number and size distribution of sellers, number and size distribution of buyers, product differentiation, and condition of entry and exit. So first one is number and the size distribution of sellers. The fame ability to affect the price and quantity of a product supplies to market is related to the number of fame offering the same product. So if there are large number of sellers, the influence of any one fame is likely to be less. And consider the number of fame selling fruits and vegetable in your locality. It is unlikely that any one of them will exercise a great influence over price, and on the contrary, if there are only few sellers in the market, an individual fame can exercise greater control over price and total supply of the product. So considering this fact, the number of fame can be classified into large, few, two, and one. Next is number and size distribution of buyers, and market can also be categorized by the number and size distribution of buyers, where there are many small buyers of product and all are likely to pay about the same price. And consider a big fame in a city. An example, a steel manufacturing company in Jamshedpur is a large and perhaps the only fame in the area. Okay, so please go through your study material also. You can read this example from your chapter. And next is product differentiation. If the product competing in the market are not identical or homogeneous, they are said to be differentiated, and hence differentiation exists in the market. And the product differentiation is a fact of life, and there is some amount of differentiation of for almost all product that we buy in market. Okay, so example, ingredients in different soaps could be different as can be a packing, advertising, etc. Even seemingly homogeneous goods such as apple and bananas are at the present differentiated on the basis of the orchid where they have been grown and the way these are marketed. Okay, so that is an example. Next is conditions of entry and exit. If entry or exit of a fame to an industry refers to difficult or ease with each, a new fame can enter or exit a market. So in short run, where the capital of fame is fixed, entry and exit does not make much difference. And ease of entry and exit is, however, a crucial determinant of the nature of a market in the long run. When it is difficult for fame to enter the market, existing fame will have much greater freedom in pricing and output decision than if they had to worry about new entrants. Consider a pharmaceutical fame that has a patent on a particular drug. A patent is an exclusive right to market the product for a given period of time, say 12 years. So if there are no close substitute to that drug, the fame will be free from competition for the duration of the patent. Thus, the barriers to entry in the market for this drug are high. So, similarly, since Indian Railway is a public monopoly, no new entrant can enter the market. So, based on the above characteristics, market are traditionally classified into four basic. These are perfect competition, monopoly, oligopoly, and monopolistic competition. So, perfect competition is characterized by a large number of buyers and sellers of one essential identical product. So, each member of the market, whether buyer or seller, is so small in relation to the total industry volume that he is unable to influence the price of the product. Monopoly is a market situation in which there is just one producer of a product. The firm has substantial control over the price. Further, if product is differentiated and if there are no threat of new firms entering the same business, a monopoly firm can manage to earn excessive profit over a long period. And monopolistic competition, a term coined by E.M. Chamberlain, implies a market structure with a large number of firms selling differentiated product. The differentiation may be real or is perceived so by the customer. Two brand of soap may just be identical but perceived by the customer as different on some fancy dimension like freshness. So fames in such a market structure have some control over price. By the large, they are unable to earn excessive profit in the long run. So since the whole structure operates on perceived product differentiation, entry of new fame cannot be prevented, hence above normal profit can be earned only in the short run. Oligopoly is a market structure in which a small number of fame accounts for the whole industry output. So the product may or may not differentiated. Example is here. Please read from your study material. Okay. And it was also noted that this market structure can be classified in only two fundamental forms: perfect competition and imperfect competition. Okay. So under this classification, monopoly, oligopoly, and monopolistic competition are treated as special cases of market which are less than perfect. So these forms illustrate the degree of imperfection in a market by using number of fame and product differentiation as basic criteria. So here is table is here, and classification of market based on their characteristics. So first one is type of market structure, that is perfect or pure competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, duopoly, and monopoly. So basis of distribution and number of independent sellers, seller concentration, product differentiation, and condition of entry. Okay, so please refer that table also from your study material. So activity 1 is based on this subsection, so please go through your study material and try to do it. And so this is about today's section. So next subsection 3 we will discuss on next video. And for more MBA series, you just do like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.
i-tutor Academy presents IGNOU MBA Complete Syllabus Coverage Classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online flexible timing. For more details, contact on +91 623 827 1885